I finally got a 2-star pet in Call of Dragons, and today I wanted to explore a little bit more about the pet system, the chances of getting a 2-star or 3 stars, are they even in the game, and as well, what is the difference between a 2-star and how much better is it really than a 1-star or a 0-star pet. We're gonna dive right into this amazing Shadow Faedrake that I got that is 2-star. Now it took a while. This is the first 2-star pet I've ever gotten in the game, and as you can see, I've gotten it at level 44 right now, which is the same level as my previous Faedrake, which is a 1-star. So I wanted to compare how much better does it get when you do get a 2-star, and also I wanted to compare how much better is a Shadow Faedrake than a Sapphire Faedrake when it comes to a 2-star, because in general the consensus is that Shadow Faedrakes are not really better than the Sapphire Faedrakes until I would say around 2-star, because the thing with Sapphire Faedrakes is that they do AoE and they do a lot of damage. So when you're looking at a Shadow Faedrake, when you look at the damage they do is pretty low, but also the percentage bonus damage does not really equivalent to how much more damage you would get simply from the Sapphire Faedrake doing AoE in a fight. But now we're looking at a 2-star and it starts getting very interesting. As you can see right now at level 44, I am doing 197 damage with my skill, which is a 100% chance of happening. It's not a percentage chance of doing damage. So in this aspect, it's already very good. The damage is also much higher than anticipated because, for example, a 2-star it's basically 200 damage. While my level 60 Faedrake here, which is, it's still a 1-star, but it is 147. And this is one more Legion, so I could make it better with adding the 3-star skill here for more Legion hit, and that would also make this pet insane, of course. But 147 times 2, let's say 300 damage here, as opposed to something like 200 damage here. So the difference is really not that massive. And then when you look down here, I'm having almost 9% damage bonus. Now this is actually really insane because it's not just skill damage bonus, it's all damage bonus. Now sadly, this only works with the Legion who has the pet, so only my Bertrand Legion is going to do that 8.77% extra damage. But when you're talking about Bertrand, he is the hero with the most skill damage in the game. So at a awakened level, he does 1500 skill damage. Well, 10% of that is equivalent to, let's say, 150 extra skill damage, right? So it starts to add a considerable amount of extra damage. So of course, I would say this pet is still just really the best pet for a Bertrand Mage March, but it really just shows you how quickly the jump goes, because now let's look at 197, 8.77. Now if we go and click on the exact same level of a 1-star, we're at 98 and 4.46. So this is basically almost exactly double. So having a 2-star makes it twice as good almost instantly. At the same level, we're having the difference is literally double right now. So I don't know how much more this will go up in terms of percentage, but from what I've gathered, every level that I gain on my 2-star pet, I'm gaining 0.11% here. So this means that at level 60, this pet should give me about 10.50% damage bonus. So it starts to add up considerably, and it is, as I said, especially good on a Bertrand March. So when you do get a 2-star, of course, if we had a 2-star Sapphire Faedrake, the damage would also probably be almost double this. It would be in the high 200s at level 60. I've seen it from another person who has a 2-star Pain Bloom. So the damage is insane, and for sure, 2-star pets are just insanely better no matter what they are. But it's really just an interesting comparison to look at the 2-star Shadow Faedrake stats here and then the 1-star Shadow Faedrake stats here. So you do see that it is considerably better, and this is just a really insane upgrade for my Bertrand. Now, of course, my intelligence is max. I did get a really crazy roll. I don't have all the skills here, so this is still a pet that I would most likely have to reroll eventually, because having extra skills would be great, but by rerolling, I'm most likely not going to get this perfect or almost perfect intelligence, which is obviously what I want, because this is all scaling off of intelligence. So is this, and so is the follow-up, which is really the best skill you can put on a Shadow Faedrake, because you are going to get the damage again, but also the captive debuff is going to be better and longer. And you can see my captive debuff is at 3% right now because I have this skill, which is obviously the Enduring Shadow Hunter 3-star skill, which makes it last longer for every spirit. Now, when I do get higher level, I am going to get another second. It will go up to 4, and if I roll the spirit better, I think it could go up to, I think, 5, maybe even 6, I'm not sure, but In any case, the seconds would be higher. Follow-up can also cast it, so the buff can stay on the enemy target for quite a long time. And if we go and look at a combat report, so you can see here, often the heroes will cast, this is basically Bertrand casting his first rage kill, and then his deputy casting his rage kill. And then a few seconds later, we have this pet casting his rage kill, and then this is basically the follow-up, so it's casting it again. Of course, it doesn't always work like this, but you can see, you know, I have my 2 skills here, casting skills, and then the pets are casting their skills, and then there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of like 4 or 5 seconds in between. Sometimes, obviously, here it was right away, like the between here and here was like 3 seconds, so this would work for sure. But as you can see, in between this one and this one, it can be a bit longer. So having this extra 3, 4, 5 seconds, or having the follow-up, which makes it reactivate again, this will cause it so that the captive debuff is on the enemy almost all the time when you're casting your own rage kills. So this is really what you want. This is how the Shadow Faedrake really gets its value, and this is why the 3-star skill is very important on this March specifically. So as I said, of course, having high spirit will definitely be important because I do want this duration to go even higher, and it is every 75 spirits. So I have, you know, a base of 20 and then 2.6 per level. What if I had a base of 30 and 5 per level? I could get quite a few more seconds out of this, and you do really need these seconds for this pet to work. And this is also why I'll recommend that most people should be catching only one type of pet at a time, so that you really have a chance of getting a 2-star for when you need. And for the majority of people, that would be catching Sapphire Faedrakes. That is going to be because the Sapphire Faedrakes are much easier to play and to put on any March. It would still work on Bertrand as well. And you don't need to put the 3-star skill on Sapphire Faedrake to really get the potential out of them, while you do need the 3-star skill on a Shadow Faedrake to really get the full potential out of it. So this is all things to keep in mind, of course. Now, one last thing I want to mention too is when you are going to be catching pets, you will sometimes see, you know, they appear here and they're blue, purple, or legendary, which is like orange. And so this is what we've gotten from the dev. If they are legendary, they have a chance of being a 2 or 3 stars. This is the only pet that has a chance of being legendary, is catching it in the wild, and it is already a legendary pet. Even though often when I catch a legendary pet, they look like this, or they even don't have any skills whatsoever, which is pretty disappointing. It would be a really good system for them to add, so that at least anytime you catch a legendary, it's at least a 0 or 1 star. And then every time you catch an epic, currently the game will give you a chance of a 1 or 2 star. And then if you catch a blue, there is no chance that it is a 2 star. It could be a 1 star or a 0 star. And then in any case, they can always be a 0 star or not having a talent at all. But basically, epic pets that you catch epic in the wild have a chance of having a 2-star skill, and only legendary pets have a chance of having a 3-star skill, which I still haven't seen anyone ever catch in this game so far, but it is apparently something that exists in this game. In any case, 2 stars is the best you can really get right now if you have even a lot of luck, because it's impossible to get any 2 stars. It's such a low percentage. Now, one other thing I want to mention is that when you are catching pets in the wild, the level does matter. They have confirmed this. This is something the devs have confirmed. So you can see in the wild, I have a level 39 sand lizard here, for example. And then the maximum that it can get is level 42 right now, because that's the maximum level Darklings can get. So you can just come here and see the highest your Darkling level can go. And this will go up to 45, I think, currently as what the game is, but it might go up even higher in the future. But you really want to be hunting for pets like this, the pets that have level 42. That is the highest level the pet can be currently, and the higher level does give a better chance of having it be epic or legendary, meaning that there's a better chance of it having a 1, 2, or maybe even eventually 3-star talent on it. So it is important when you're catching pets that you catch the highest level possible that you do see in the wild, because this is what's going to give you a chance. Now, for example, my Shadow Faedrake, I think, was a level 39 or 40 back when the maximum level was like 41. So it was one of the highest I could catch. And this is obviously all luck, but still, this is why I was catching basically all the Faedrakes that I would see, hoping that I would get any 2 stars, and I did. So now I'm not catching any Shadow Faedrake anymore. I'm only focusing on the Sapphire Faedrakes. But it is just to show you kind of like exactly how it works, a little bit of information, and really how really good a 2-star pet is compared to a 1-star or even a 0-star version. As if you look here, 0-star at level 453, it's 51 damage and 2.5%. In this situation, you'd be better using a Sapphire. just because of what it is. And the captive debuff you just don't get unless you have the 3-star talent for most of the time. So really, the difference is quite massive. 51 as a 0-star, and then a lower level 1-star has 98 and 4, so it's double. And then my level 44, which is the same, we're at 209 almost, so significant amount of difference. It is really a system that I hope they do change a little bit, but as of now, this is the only strategy that you can really do to have a 2-star. There is nothing else than high level pets. There is really nothing else that you can do to increase your chances. So the best thing you can do really, as you can see, I have 5 captures per day because I got the policy and I got the season talent. So the best thing you can do is catch as many of one type of pets that you can, because that's, you know, obviously you don't want to be catching an off pet of a, you know, like a golden rock, and then you're like, oh, I got a 2-star golden rock, but I don't use them, right? So you really want to be focusing on the pets that you do use. And you will see, you know, if you can have 1-star talents of as many other talents as you can. As you can see, most of mine are 0-star talent. I've got a few 1-star talents, as you can see here, the Nighthawk. I also have this one that I haven't even built. And I also have this one. So I have 1-star talent of like every pet, because I used to catch kind of like any pet I could see until I had a 1-star talent. But now I'm only catching Sapphire Faedrakes until I get a 2-star forever. And for example, Jason G, the leader of our alliance, he's caught like hundreds and hundreds of Sapphire Faedrakes only, and he doesn't even have a 2-star yet. So it's all purely luck based, which is a bit of a shame, but this is all the advice I can have for you to have a chance of a 2-star one day. It will happen, and they will eventually have probably higher level pets so that the 3-stars even are possible. So for now, we can just hope and see, and if there's any update, I will make sure to share it on the channel. Let me know if you've ever caught a 2-star or a 3-star, if you've ever seen one, not a photoshopped one, because there is Photoshop versions going around, which is not real. But let me know if you have, and in the comments, because I would love to take a look at them. Until next time, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.